It seems every time we hear news from Greece, there's a prolific discourse throughout the international media that the country is under fire and that all hope is lost as the Molotov cocktails, tear gas grenades, and rubber bullets fly throughout the streets of Athens. If we were to believe the general hype of the gloom and doom chaos surrounding the so-called bedrock of democracy and Western civilization, then the reality would be one of a city in complete despair, a breakdown in civil society, and a massive exodus of its citizens. Yet in actuality, what is happening in the streets of Athens, in places like Syntagma Square, in front of Parliament, or in the more far-left wings of the anarchist realms around Isakia Square, is the strengthening of the Greek people and the sharp awakening of their role under their social contract to affect decisions that have profound political, economic, and social significance in their lives and their nation. It should serve as a stark signal that most Greeks are furious at their own government, the corruption and bureaucracy that has overrun the country, and the proprietary elites who have for decades dodged taxes. Recently, over 50,000 people marched across Parliament demanding the coalition government to stop the austerity measures that have seen cuts in salaries of up to 40%. The unpopular governing parties, which did not receive even a combined 50% of the votes in the June elections, are calling the European community and the IMF for more time to meet budget targets to prepare another package of austerity measures in order to continue to receive more aid. Indeed, these are not the glory days of Athens, with 1 out of 4 Athenians unemployed and with 1 in 3 businesses closed. Greece's unemployment rate is up to around 23%, with youth unemployment at a whopping 55%. Public unrest has resulted in skirmishes of violence around certain parts of Athens, but overall, Athens is not burning. There is no doubt that the Greek economy has seen better days, and the government plans to implement a cutback of 11.5 billion euros with an additional tax reform measure worth around 2 billion euros for 2013 through 2014. But no one is lining up in banks and ATMs, removing their money and sticking it under their mattress. Athenians are still enjoying their cafes and fancy restaurants. Art, music, culture, and street performances are still a staple of daily Athenian lifestyle. One may see the occasional gutted buildings and empty stores, but life in Athens goes on, and the resilience of the Greek people is a daily reminder that although times are tough, Greece, with the help of the European community, will bounce back from these dark days. It is true that for a period, the Greeks will be forced to tighten their belts through austerity programs, slashing incomes, increasing taxes, and possibly raising retirement ages. But eventually, the European Union, the IMF, and the European Central Bank will disburse the 31 billion euros the Greeks need to complete the recapitalization of its troubled banks and cover the debts to domestic suppliers. There will come a time when the hyperbolic frenzy surrounding the decline of a key European and Western state will be a thing of the past, a long-forgotten nightmare with little resemblance to its prosperous future, no matter how long it may take. Greece will not be forced to default on its debts, nor leave the euro behind, and Athens will continue to be that ancient beacon of democracy from the highest peaks of Mytikas. The Globe, in Athens, Mandela.
Τραγουδάς, άκουνε μόνο. Irimi benya konuşmuşlar.